In this video, I want to discuss the paper and pencil packets. Now, these are packets of worksheets that are assigned in order to ensure that you're ready to take the paper and pencil exams, which of course are extremely important. Now, let me remind you how much these are worth. They're sort of like take-home exams, and they're worth a lot of points. Collectively, the paper and pencil packets make up as much points-wise as the midterm exam. So the midterm is worth 200 points, and so are the 4 paper and pencil packets. They're a lot of work, but they're worth a lot of points, so keep that in mind. The final exam is worth 246, so a little bit more than those, but these packets really help you study for these midterms and their final. All right, so let me go back here and let you talk about these packets more. So as always, these packets should be done entirely by you. You should not use any part of anyone else's packet. And that includes sharing information about the packets in the discussion boards. There, I just added that in a little bit. So keep in mind, I want you to talk on the discussion boards. I want you to say, hey, I'm having problems with number 3, and keep things kind of general like that. But you don't want to say or have somebody else say to you, this is how you do number 3. Do this, 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 and this. And again, I don't want to discourage discussion board use, but I want it to be used responsibly. So when you're using the discussion board to discuss questions, discuss them in big, broad strokes. Say, hey, I found this page of the examples on the notes to be really helpful, things like that. That's great. But you don't want to say, this is exactly what you do, because that would not be appropriate. Okay, so now the basic process for these packets is just like computer project number 2. You're going to download the file from MyMathLab under Course Tools. You're going to print the file on your printer or somebody else's printer. Then you're going to work on it with paper or pencil. With paper and pencil or paper and pen, whichever. I would recommend pen if you're going to scan them. If you want to scan them to submit them, it's a little bit easier to read. As always, all documents in this course must be legible and complete in order to receive full credit. If I can't read it, I can't give you points for it. So make sure whatever you're submitting looks nice and clean. Make sure to write cleanly and clearly, white out all your mistakes, erase everything that is wrong, etc. If it's too faint or messy as to be illegible, it will receive no credit. So again, if you're going to scan it, I'd highly recommend working in pen and just get some whiteout and use the whiteout to erase your mistakes. I highly recommend that dry whiteout that's kind of like in a tape form. That's better than that liquid stuff we used to have to do when I was very young. All right. Do not type the packets. They should be written out physically, paper and pen, just like you're going to have to do your exams. Show all work where appropriate to receive full credit, right? Just an answer alone will not be worth credit unless that's appropriate for that particular problem. And you'll know more what that means as we get into it. And if ever you're stuck and thinking, do I need to show a lot of work? You can always email me or post on the discussion board, and I'll say, yeah, it's okay. You don't need to show much work for that one. Or I'll say, no, there should be a lot of work for that one, that kind of thing. So I can give you help with that on the discussion boards. That's what the discussion boards are for. And you always want to make sure you're using your calculator for all your calculations. You want to treat these sort of like a fake exam, right? Can you do these packets knowing what you know? Use your note sheets with them. I'll send out some hints for how to take a good one or how to do these well, but if you treat them sort of like a sample test, they will really help you as you study for your midterm and for your final. So you want to do them with the note sheets you're allowed to have on your exams and kind of treat them as if they're fake tests and see if you can do them. Now you're going to submit the documents. Oh, let me show you where they are. So here under document sharing, oops, sorry, my dog is flapping. All right, she's done moving, I think. All right, so we have these paper and pencil packets. Number 4 is not available right this second. So if I click on number 4, there's nothing there. I haven't posted the newest one yet, but numbers 1, 2, and 3 are available. So you click on number 1, it's right here. And you can see I've downloaded it once. That's me. I've downloaded it. So you can click on it, and it'll take a minute, and it'll download. And I've actually already done it. It's right here. And there it is. And so you will print out this document, all 10 pages of it, and you will write on all 10 pages of it. Fill it out, do all the problems, do all the work, etc. That's what you'll do. Then you'll either, then you'll have to submit it. Now, submitting has a couple different options, but before I get into that, I just wanted to remind you of the due dates for these things. So here's the schedule. Paper and pencil packet number 1 is due right here on week 4. So it's due on Monday 2/16. Okay. Then paper and pencil packet number 2 is due at the same time as the midterm, and computer project number 1. That's all 3/16. And then paper and pencil packet number 3, I kind of made them orange because I wanted them to match, but now I'm thinking that might get confusing. So I want them to be the same as these other ones there. So I just want to make sure that you notice them, but there they are. So paper and pencil packet number 3 right there is due this same week, 4/13. And then paper pencil packet number 4 is due at the same time as the final exam. So there's 4 packets covering all the major material of the course. Great. Okay, so then how do we submit them? Okay, well, you have 2 big options, same as for computer project number 2 right here. So you have these 2 big options. Now your options are you scan it and upload it, or you submit your physical originals. Those are the big options. So you either make a scan and you upload it under Course Tools Document Sharing. Now you can scan it at home if you have a scanner. You could probably take good photos of them if you have a really good camera with your phone, but you'll have to submit them all together as one file. So you have to compile them together. Or you could just take them to an office shop and they'll scan it. You can bring it to any campus and they'll scan them for you. At the offices in Lenawee, they're really good about scanning documents for people, and I'm sure North Campus would be the same. The file must be submitted by the correct due date. Be sure to submit it under the correct area. So when you submit them, just like with a computer project, you want to make sure that you're submitting them appropriately. So if you want to be under paper and pencil packet number 1, that writing should be black right there and should have a little arrow by the side. So when I click upload document, if I upload a document right now, it's going to upload in that area. If I want to be in paper pencil packet number 2, then I want to click on that and upload in there. You want to upload in the correct packet area in order to receive credit. So if you do not submit it in the correct area, you will get a 0. So I'm done with the whole submitting them all over the place. Don't do that. You submit them under their correct area. That's it. Make sure that your scans are legible. Look at them first before you submit them. I've had people submit documents to me that don't have all the pages. They're missing 2 pages from their packet. That's 20 points that they're missing. They don't want to do that, and neither do you. So make sure that all the pages are there and it's all legible and good. Now that's one option. Submit it and upload it. The other option is to submit your physical originals. Now keep in mind, any physical original packets will not be returned. So I'm going to grade them and I'm going to keep them. So if you want to look at them at a later date, which you probably do for studying purposes, then make scans or copies of them to keep, right? Make a scan of it and just keep it for yourself and submit the original to me. That's fine. Or make a copy. Fine. Take pictures of them with your phone. I don't care, right? Then be sure to include all the pages and have them stapled in the correct order. Again, I've had people submit physical pages to me and they're missing pages. You don't want to do that because you're missing out on points that way. And then you can submit them any one of the following ways. You can shove them under my office door, right? My office is in McDivitt Hall and Central Campus. Or you could submit them to the Extension Center's main offices, Lenawee, Hillsdale, North Campus. They'll mail it to me via campus mail. Make sure that they timestamp them to show that they received them by the due date. You could probably even do that on Central Campus if you wanted, but my office is on Central Campus, so you can just go to my office. The testing lab is also an option, but this will only be available for packets 2 and 4. Now, why do I say that? Well, if you remember, look at packet 3. Packet 3 is kind of in the middle of the semester when you're not coming into campus for any other reason. Packet 4 is at the same time as the final exam. So when you come in to take your final, you can just give them the packet and they'll take it from you. Same thing with packet number 2, because packet number 2 is at the same time as your midterm. So you can just turn it in to them when you take it. But 1 and 3, you don't have those options because 1 and 3 are kind of in the middle of the semester. So you're not coming in to take a test at that time. So you wouldn't submit it to the testing center. Okay? So that particular option is only available for packets 2 and 4 because they're around the same time as an exam. All right, so we are all done with paper and pencil packets. And again, when you have questions on them, post them either to the discussion board if it's kind of general broad strokes, or post them to me via email. And just so you notice, they are actually separated. They actually are their own discussion boards. So for example, week 5 right here, paper and pencil packet number 1. I call them projects. I'm going to change it because they're packets. I will change that right there. But that's where you would get your help with those. All right, we're all done with that video. I'll see you back here for more syllabus videos.